The old man's hands shook as he stared at the empty cupboard. His grandson stood behind him, quiet, waiting. No bread, no rice, nothing. "Grandfather?" the boy whispered. The old man closed the cupboard door slowly. He could not look at the child. Shame burned in his chest like fire. Outside, he heard the village women talking by the well. Their voices floated through the window. That old man never works, just sits and dreams all day. His poor family, how do they survive? Lazy, that's what he is, pure lazy. The old man had heard these words 1,000 times. For years, he sat under the big tree in the village square. While other men worked in the fields, he made plans. Big plans. "One day I will open a shop," he told his wife. "I will buy land. I will own cows. I will make money without breaking my back." His wife always shook her head. "Dreams don't cook dinner. Dreams don't fix our roof. Work puts food on the table." But he never listened. There was always tomorrow. Always another day to start. Until tonight. Until his grandson's hungry eyes. The old man stood up. His wife watched from the corner, darning an old shirt by candlelight. "Tomorrow," he said quietly, "I will work." She looked up, surprised, but she said nothing. The next morning, before the sun rose, the old man walked to the fields. His back was stiff. His hands were soft from years of doing nothing. The other workers stared when he picked up a hoe. "Look who decided to join us," someone laughed. The old man said nothing. He dug. He planted. He pulled weeds under the burning sun. By noon, his hands had blisters. By evening, his back screamed with pain. Every muscle in his body hurt. The farmer paid him 3 small coins. 3 coins for a whole day of suffering. The old man walked home slowly. He gave the coins to his wife. She bought a little rice and made thin soup. The grandson ate quietly. The old man saw the boy was still hungry, but there was no more food. That night, he could not sleep. His body ached. His hands throbbed. "Is this my life now?" he thought. "Work until I die and still stay poor?" But what choice did he have? So the next day he returned to the fields, and the next day, and the next. Weeks passed. The coins came, but they disappeared just as fast. Food, medicine for his wife's cough, a patch for the roof that leaked when it rained. The old man worked harder than he ever had in his life, but poverty did not leave. It sat in his house like an unwelcome guest who would never go. One afternoon, he went to the village store to buy bread. 2 men stood near the door, talking. "The secret is saving, brother," one man said. "Save every coin you can. That's how you build security." The old man stopped. He listened. "Save?" the other man asked. "Yes, put money aside. Don't spend it. Let it grow in a jar until you need it." The old man's heart jumped. This was the answer. Save money, build up coins, then everything would be fine. He went home and found an old glass jar. He cleaned it carefully. "What's that for?" his wife asked. "We're going to save," he said, his eyes bright with hope. "Every extra coin goes in here. When it's full, we'll have security. We'll have safety." His wife looked doubtful, but nodded. The old man became obsessed with his jar. After buying food each day, any coin left over went inside. Clink, clink, clink. He stopped buying small things. His shoes had holes, but he did not buy new ones. "The jar," he told himself. The family ate smaller portions. "For the jar," he explained. His wife complained. "We're hungry now. What good is money in a jar if our stomachs are empty?" "You'll understand soon," he promised. "When it's full, everything changes." Months passed. The jar grew heavier. The old man counted the coins every night by candlelight. 20 coins, 30 coins, 40 coins. He felt proud. He felt safe. The jar meant security. The jar meant he was smart. Finally, one morning, the jar was full. The old man could barely contain his excitement. "Today," he told his wife, "I buy corn. Enough for a month. You'll see. Saving works." He carried the jar to the market, smiling. The merchant weighed out the corn. "That'll be 12 coins per bag," the merchant said. The old man blinked. 12? Last season it was 8. The merchant shrugged. "Prices go up, old-timer. Everything costs more now." The old man's smile died. He counted his coins. With all his savings, he could only buy half of what he expected. Half. He walked home slowly, the bag of corn feeling light in his hands. Too light. His grandson ran to meet him. "Grandfather, did you buy lots of food?" The old man looked at the small bag. He looked at his empty jar. "Grandfather," the boy said quietly, "why did we go hungry all those months if the money buys so little now?" The old man had no answer. He sat down heavily. His wife took the corn without a word. That night, the old man could not eat. He stared at the empty jar. All those months, all that sacrifice, all that hunger. And for what? Money that lost its power while sitting still. Money that shrank in value while he saved it. He had worked like a dog. He had saved like a miser. And he was still poor. The old man felt something break inside him. Not anger. Worse. Emptiness. For 3 days he barely spoke. He went to the fields. He came home. He ate little. He said nothing. On the 4th morning, he sat outside his house, staring at nothing. His neighbor walked past, whistling, carrying a basket of eggs. The old man watched him. This neighbor was not rich. He worked in the fields too. But somehow, he always seemed calm, always seemed to have enough. The old man's mind wandered. He remembered something his grandson had said months ago. "Grandfather, why don't we buy chickens? They make eggs every day. Fresh eggs." The old man had dismissed it then. "We need to save money first," he had said. But now he understood something different. The old man stood up. He went inside and found the last coins from his savings. Not many, but enough. He walked to the market and found a woman selling chickens. "How much for 3 chickens?" he asked. 5 coins for 3, she said. He paid. He carried the chickens home in a wooden crate. They clucked and fluttered. His wife came outside. "What are those?" "Chickens," the old man said simply. "You spent our last coins on birds?" She looked angry. "Have you gone mad?" "Maybe," the old man said. "Or maybe I finally got smart." His grandson ran out, eyes wide. "Chickens! Grandfather, you bought chickens!" "An egg factory," the old man said quietly. "Our own egg factory." They built a small pen in the yard. The chickens settled in, clucking softly. The next morning, the old man woke before dawn. He went to the pen. 2 eggs, 2 beautiful eggs sat in the straw. His hands trembled as he picked them up. Still warm. If you're enjoying this story, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what happens next. The grandson came running out. "Eggs! Real eggs!" They cooked 1 egg for breakfast. The boy's face glowed as he ate. The other egg, the old man took to a neighbor. "Fresh egg," he said. 1 coin. The neighbor smiled and paid. 1 coin from 1 egg. The old man went home and found an old notebook. On the first page he wrote, Day 1, 2 eggs, 1 sold, 1 coin. Days passed. Every morning eggs appeared. 2 eggs, then 3, then 4. The old man sold some. The family ate some. With the coins from sales, he bought a rooster and 2 more hens. More chickens meant more eggs. The pen grew noisy with clucking. Neighbors stopped by to buy eggs. Always fresh, they said. Better than the market. His wife started making egg bread to sell. The grandson collected eggs every morning like treasure. Weeks became months. The chicken yard expanded. 20 chickens now, then 30. Every day eggs. Every day coins. Every day food on the table. The old man kept his notebook faithfully. He wrote down every egg, every sale, every expense. He noticed something magical. The chickens did not just give eggs. They made more chickens. The eggs sometimes hatched. The flock grew by itself. His saved money had just sat in the jar, dying slowly. But these chickens? They lived. They grew. They multiplied. One evening, the old man sat with his grandson watching the chickens peck at grain. "Grandfather," the boy said, "the village doesn't call you lazy anymore." The old man smiled softly. "I was lazy, but not in the way they thought." The boy looked confused. "I was lazy in my thinking," the old man explained. He pointed at the chickens. "These birds work for us every day. They give eggs. They make more chickens. They never stop growing." He pointed to his house, where the old jar sat under the bed, forgotten. That money? It just sat there, sleeping, dying, losing value every day. "So saving is bad?" the grandson asked. "No," the old man said, "but saving without growing is like trying to hold water in your hands. It slips away." The boy thought about this. "So you have to make money work?" "Yes," the old man said. "Even if you start small, even with 3 chickens, make it work, make it grow." A neighbor walked by and waved. "Old man, I want to start saving money. Any advice?" The old man stood up. "Save, yes, but don't let it sleep in a jar. Make it work. Buy something that gives back. Even 1 chicken is a start." "1 chicken?" the neighbor laughed. "That's nothing." "We started with 3, the old man said. "Look at us now." The neighbor stopped laughing. He looked at the busy chicken yard. He heard the clucking. He saw the eggs. "I'll think about it," he said quietly.
That night, the family ate eggs and fresh bread. The grandson was no longer thin. His wife's cough had healed with better food. The roof was fixed. The old man looked around his small home. It was not a palace. They were not rich, but they were not hungry. They were not desperate. They were growing. His wife touched his hand. "You did well," she said softly. The old man shook his head. "I learned. Finally, after all these years, I learned." "Learned what?" "That money sitting still is money dying. That dreams without action are worthless. That hard work without wisdom leads nowhere." He looked at his grandson. "But when you make money work, when you invest in things that grow and give back, even a little becomes enough." The boy smiled. "The egg factory." "The egg factory," the old man agreed. If this story touched you, please hit the like button and leave a comment below telling us what lesson you learned. Your support helps us create more stories that matter. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our next video. The old man never forgot the empty cupboard. He never forgot the shame of that night. But now, when he remembered, he also remembered the lesson. Money must work, money must grow, money must live. Not in a jar under the bed, but in chickens that cluck, in eggs that multiply, in anything that gives back more than you put in. Even the smallest start, with patience and care, can become something beautiful. The village never called him lazy again, but more importantly, he never felt helpless again, because he learned the greatest secret: never just save money, make it grow. And growth, no matter how small at first, changes everything.